Welcome to Tiny Texas Living. Who says you can't live big while living tiny?
I think it's the day. It's the day where I get to work on my kitchen. Finally! My kitchen has been something I have been trying to customize kind of a little bit at a time. It's something that needs to be functional, but also allows me to have all the things that I need without it looking cluttered. I also want some decorative touches in there, but in doing so, I want to be able to still have function. And so it's been really important to me. I started off the projects with one simple project. I had a very large island and it was too big. It just simply would not work with the space. So instead I took a bar cart and turned it into an island with just a coat of paint and some little storage cubes. It really changed the way that I see my kitchen, and now I can move around and do all sorts of fun things. But there's a few other things that I need to still work on. Now this bar cart right here was originally a gray color, and it was just not quite as appealing because it wasn't silver like the appliances. It was just gunmetal gray, so it was a little off. And so I went ahead and just took some spray paint and sprayed the base of it black to really bring it to life. It's amazing what a little Rust-Oleum can do. It took one coat of this and I was back in business. And now I kind of have all my accents kind of in black so that they align with this. And as I go, I make sure to keep the basic elements of the color pattern kind of the same for the muted ones, but then I have pops of color that express who I am, and I really like that. So this same bar cart that I have has a towel that expresses the color that's also over here, and also this little mat, which is just a place setting from the dollar store. And so it really makes it kind of pop. Now down below I have some bins that I've used in my van previous that can just hold like my produce and extra water bottles. But down on the bottom I found these, which are just really nice little inexpensive storage bins where I can hide snacks and also have a lid. Storage is so important in a small space. And so all the different things that I am implementing slowly but surely fix that. Except this. This is trash. I need to take it out. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and tie this on up. Even my trash bags, I recycle. After all, regular shopping bags can also be trash bags. But I need to assess a few things that I need to do. I'm still doing okay with coffee, but I need to add that to the list. Okay. I might as well start this list now because I'm going to have several things that I am going to need to pick up. Into the junk drawer, fresh Sharpies. And the first order of business, coffee pods. I might have thrown away the bag a bit prematurely. I also need to figure out where to put this, because this is going to be part of my breakfast going forward. Something I have learned is that if you have a lot of different projects and you put them in one central place, you have to look at that and then divide and conquer before you complete all tasks. So everything that I need to be moving today will be going on the island. Okay, what should I do next? I should put away my dishes. Okay, I have another coffee mug, so I need to move this one and put up my tea diffuser. I love this thing so much. I found it on Temu and it was only a couple dollars, and the exact same one was like $11 at the tea shop. Okay, so you live here for now, and then the coffee mugs, put them back in place. It's ready for the next cup of coffee. I may need to put some water in it. That gets me where I need. So, filling this up. Now, one of the things I do to make sure that I keep my water clean for all of my devices, because I have to use a water filter, is I take one of these plastic jugs right here, and I fill it up with filtered water so that I can always have clean, non-salted water so that it doesn't get goopy and like clog my machines. I used to not do that, and I ended up killing my last Keurig because it got this like residue that was really gross on it. And then that's kind of what inspired me to also start filtering the water, because if it did that to the Keurig, it would do that to me. And so I now just fill up my pure water filter, and then I filter the water into here, and then I use this water for any of the machinery that I need here at base camp. So with that said, I'll just open this up, pull this out. Okay, so in we go. This will take a minute. That isn't going to quite fill it all the way up, so I'm going to put more water in, let it filter through, and finish filling this, and then do the same thing so I can have refrigerated water. Okay, I left a little bit in just because it tends to work a little bit better if I do, and then just here I go. Whew, this is a tedious thing. Now I cap it, move it, and wait. In the meantime, I'm gonna put away the rest of my dishes. I like to keep moving. So even though one project is happening, I can be working on another one while I'm waiting versus just waiting and waiting and it feeling like it's taking forever. Oh, I wish there was another place to put this, but it's just so big. Oh well, it's fine. Into this I go. And then I'll stack these, put them inside for storage, and yeah, I do need to clean this off though. Something I learned about storage, particularly with larger items, is if you can store something smaller inside, it reduces the amount of room that things take up. So a bulky appliance like this has two different components that I have that I can use with it, and both of them can store inside of it while I'm not using it. So that's been super handy, but with that it's still very large. Time to disinfect. The faster I get this disinfected, the faster I can get it off my counter. Ooh, these are squishy. Oh, I hate sticking my hand in here when I lose the end. Oh, and I'll just clean this really nicely over the top, over the handle, and over the whole thing. Sometimes things just get dusty being up on the top, but with that said, on to the next. I actually think this is a good time to clean the counter too while I'm waiting. So I'll just move some things. Yeah, a little bit of coffee, not too bad. I'll go ahead and do this, and then I'll open this. Ooh, that's kind of gross in there. Okay, this actually comes off, so scrubby scrub. Tasks like these I try to do like once a week, simply because, you know, there's something I'm using every single day. And so sometimes the coffee, even after it's splashed that final splash into your cup, it'll still dribble just a little bit, and that's enough to make it gross. So once a week, this gets done, and it just keeps everything, again, not smelling weird. So why do I talk so much about smells? Well, in a tiny space, there's not really a lot of places that a smell can go. So it absorbs into literally everything. My kitchen is attached to my living room. So the fabrics in my living room automatically are going to have more of a chance of absorbing the smell than they would if I had a divided room. So it's really important to take care of any kind of weird odors right from the start. Now normally if I have oranges, I'll use those and I'll boil them, and that really takes away any of the strange smells that can pop up. It also disinfects my air and keeps me feeling pretty good. I'm out of oranges though. I also use incense for the same reason. It kills bacteria next to wet surfaces, so I keep some always right by my sink over here. But at the same time, you have to go in and do the hard work sometimes just to get rid of the stuff that could potentially cause those smells. So that's why I get in here and I really go to town. With that said, it is now time to clean the drain board. Ugh, I really hate this because this is where I see my water definitely has some buildup areas. It just is what it is. So normally whenever I do this, I just take out the drain board and you can see, ew, ew. Now there's not much I can do about this. Unfortunately, this is just how it is with the water that I have because again, I have well water and it goes through a filtration system that has to add salt. And sometimes that salt builds up and calcifies in this particular way. So the only way that I can keep it from just becoming a lot is just scrubbing this thing down as often as I can. And eventually I'll probably end up replacing it, but it'll just do the same thing on the new one. So it's just an ongoing battle. It's one of those things that water from place to place to place may be too hard or too soft, and there's nothing you can do about it except scrub. You can scrub. You know, sometimes tiny living poses some extra challenges. And it's okay. You know, you adapt, you move on, and you accept that perfection is something that does not always exist. But in the meantime, I have disinfected it and taken off anything that would come off. Okay, on to the next thing. Cleaning off this portion of the counter and reorganizing these kinds of things. This. Oh, this. I started using a little like planter for all of my wet items, and it has been a game changer. It catches all of the water in this area right here on the bottom so that you can make sure that you don't end up with like soapy water getting on your countertops, and then you can just take everything out and actually clean this. This is a game changer, like for real. Such a game changer. But I still need to clean the rest of the counter behind the sink and then also the window seal because I am about to work on a major improvement when it comes to the heat in my tiny home on that window. But before I do, I'm gonna put some things away. Everything is good here, so I can put my coffee cups back. That's good. I'm gonna finish filling this up now. Okay, now you go put away. Whoop. I need to clean this section, clean the top of the microwave, clean this section and the window, and then I think I am ready to start the project. And now I scrub. I know there's some ash that's fallen off. Just pull all that into the sink and I'll clean the sink in a little bit. Oh yeah, that's nasty. But again, that's ash, so this could take a few rounds of doing this. Now this is gonna be the hard part. It is 4,562,000 degrees in the afternoon at this window because the sun directly hits this window and it becomes intolerable. And this is the whole reason I wanted to do this project, was I want to block some of that sun. But even just being in this part of the kitchen during this time of day, even with the air conditioner, I am sweating because that window allows it to get so hot. So I can do this. I can do this. Okay, I'm just gonna raise the window shade a little bit. I'm gonna have to raise it a lot to do this project, but a little bit to clean the window seal. Okay, so this is my plan. I did my bathroom window with a window film and I really like it and it looks nice. And I learned a lot of lessons. Now I want to do the one in the kitchen with this window film, which is going to be blue and it's going to allow less sun to get in the window. So I'm thinking that I can do this. I just need to go get my supplies and I'm going to try to do at least the bottom panel. I may also do the top panel, but for sure the bottom panel. So I need to clean the window first. I then need soapy water to spray on the window. I need to cut this to the right size, and I need to work from the top to the bottom with a squeegee. And this should be pretty easy because I already did the one. At the same time, I'm having to work over a counter, so I'm gonna need my stool, and that could complicate everything, but I'm really happy about this. If this works well, I will have a bit less heat. And in the meantime, maybe I should turn ceiling fans on because it is so hot in here. Okay, ceiling fans. Ooh, I would totally wait to do this till evening, but I will not have light, and I need light to do it because seeing through the window is very helpful, and I should have done this morning. Oh, what was I thinking? Okay, I need to move this so the stool can fit on top. Okay, and tape measure. It always looks worse before it looks better. Right now it looks like a hot boo-boo mess. Ugh. Oh, this one is different. This one is not the same. It says it's easy to install. Spray your dry and clean glass with water for application. That's the same. It says peel off the protective backing. Does it really have a backing though? This one might have a backing. The other one did not. And then position into place and then trim accordingly. Okay, so the protective backing. Huh. I've come across my second issue. The pattern runs where it can go side to side, or it can go up and down. And if I put it up and down, which is what I originally intended on, it's only 24 inches across. The problem? My window is 33 inches. Ooh. Okay, this is what's left over. Definitely not enough to do the whole top window. This one's long enough, so maybe I could put one more strip up. Okay, now the real question, does this have a liner on it, an extra piece? Oh my gosh, story of my life. 30 minutes later, 30 minutes. Why did it have to be that hard? Okay, I'm going to just leave this separate. Oh, I don't know how to do this. I need it to not be touching each other because then they'll just go back together, which has been the problem. But at the same time, I have no idea how to keep them separate and still do what I need to do. Unless I work one-handed, I guess I could do that. Okay, pumping the water first. Make sure it's nice and soapy. Very hard. Oh no. Okay, so then I work top to bottom. Oh, this is the hard part. Oh, this is the very hard part because I'm having to lean 4,200 more. Okay, maybe I could do the bottom cut first to make it easier to move. Ugh. Okay, maybe I could do it standing better because I don't feel comfortable sitting on the counter. Okay, go from the bottom, maybe. Bottom, cut the excess. Okay, so a couple things. I got the one installed and it looks really nice, but my X-Acto knife decided to bite the dust while I was working with it. So I will not be doing the top panel until I get a new X-Acto knife because it started cutting things all. So I will go ahead and save this though because it's already pre-cut and it'll fit perfectly kind of where my blind is right now. But already this is nice because I can have the window open for the natural light, but not have quite as much of the heat. That is going to be amazing. And I really like how the color turned out because it turned out so pretty. This is gonna be fabulous. Wow. So now I'm just going to put everything back into its place, and then I can leave the window up like that because no one can see through it. So that's nice. And that'll give me a nice, like, pretty kind of stained glass looking appearance without the stained glass price. That'll also cut back on some of the heat, which is nice. And yeah, I think this is a good thing. I'm going to be very happy with this. But now I have to put everything back up. Oh, I am sweating and wanting to shower right now because I feel like I've been out in the Amazon. It is muggy in here. Wow. So for the time being, I will just put these things back together. I'll roll them nicely so that I can keep up with them. Meanwhile, I can round up all of my trash. As always, one project spurs another project, spurs another project. Of course, now I'm gonna have to clean my floors too, but I can do that. That's easy. I do that several times a day. But I just have to get things back in place. I'm almost there. I can see the finish line. I feel so much better. I got several things done, not necessarily everything I wanted to do today, but that's okay. I can always reorganize my cabinets at a later time. I think I want to get a couple more like storage things though before I do, because that'll make it look more tidy inside. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to look for the next time I go to the store. Or maybe if I order something on Amazon, I'll look too. Sometimes I can find things, sometimes I can't. It's fine. For now, I am hot. And I have a lot to think about. So, where should I start next?